I just got a Google alert from TMZ. Justin Hartley files for divorce.
Oh my God.
Selling Sunset's Chrishell Stause and This Is Us's Justin Hartley went through a very tough and public split last November. Justin has now officially begun a relationship with his former The Young and The Restless co-star Sofia Pernas. Here we are to update you on the former pair and talk Chrishell's reaction. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We have some updates for you on Chrishell and Justin, but of course, before we get into it, if you are new here, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos from us. As always, I'm your host, Tyler Joseph Ellis, and I say we get right into it here. Let's start with some context with this relationship in case you guys aren't up to date with the latest on the former couple. Justin and Chrishell met in passing early in the days of their soap opera careers, but started dating in 2013 after being set up by a mutual friend. Justin told People magazine that they, quote, met up at a concert and talked all night. He went on to say that he, quote, drove her home and called the next day. We haven't been apart since. Of course, that is when the interview was taking place. They have since split. They were married on the 4-year anniversary of that first date, so obviously very romantic. Needless to say, they were a true glowing Hollywood couple. And Justin told People that, quote, at the risk of sounding cheesy, I look forward to sharing my life experiences and growing old together. So obviously, all signs pointed to a happily ever after for this couple, and a lot of people, a lot of fans of both of them were huge fans of the couple, of the item. They seemed so perfect, but of course, any Selling Sunset fan knows that their split was very unexpected and very difficult. I was certainly devastated for the pair. I was super invested in their relationship, just as a bystander, just as a fan of both of them. So I cannot imagine how hard it is to go through a split like that, let alone a split as public as theirs. Of course, there have been a lot of speculations on how accurately Selling Sunset portrayed their splitting, for it is ultimately reality television. So a lot of people are like, well, I'm sure a lot of things were milked. Still pretty unclear. Justin lists July 8th, 2019 as the date of their separation, but the two had publicly been seen attending different events like the Emmy Awards up until November, which for timeline context, if you care, was around the time the 3rd season of Selling Sunset was being filmed. So Chrishell views the day of their split as November 22nd, 2019, which is the day that he filed for divorce. He thinks it was more in July. Ultimately, unclear. A source told Us Weekly that after season 3 of Selling Sunset premiered, Justin was, quote, irritated that she's airing their private information publicly and knows there's more to the story than is being told. His close friends and family know what really happened, as does Chrishell, so ultimately, it's her choice of what is put out there. Of course, the details on the specifics of their split are a little bit hazy. People are unsure what exactly happened. Was it really as out of the blue as Selling Sunset made it appear? Well, we're never gonna know. We're never gonna know, because ultimately, if I were in their position, I'd also want to keep a little bit of my life private. Not much of it for the couple is private now, so I'd also be clinging on to some sort of privacy in this time. It's not really anyone else's business but theirs. But of course, what we do know, they split in November of 2019. But we're here to talk about where the two are now. I mean, where are they? It's been almost a year. How are they doing in terms of romance and where they are in their lives? First, let's talk Justin's new relationship with Sofia Pernas. Sofia joined Justin on the series The Young and The Restless in 2015 and co-starred on the soap opera together for nearly a year. And funnily enough, Chrishell actually joined the cast as well for 10 episodes mere weeks after Sofia wrapped up her role. So the timeline there is really cutting it close, sort of ships in the night for Chrishell and Sofia. But it was noted that both of the women did know each other and were friends. Justin and Sofia were first seen as a romantic pair in May of this year, so May of 2020, and became publicly official via social media, etc., in July of this year. So, of course, Fans were curious to see how Chrishell was reacting to Justin and Sofia's relationship, because it was only a few months after their official split in that November of the year prior. So just a few days ago, Chrishell told People that, quote, "I feel like anybody would be heartbroken to see how quickly or easily you are replaced. Of course, that's going to sting." Okay, so naturally, she's now speaking about it publicly. Of course, it'll still hurt. I can only imagine what that would feel like, but rest assured, because she also stated that she is ready to move on. She dropped Justin's last name this past summer and decided to freeze her eggs, for she's hopeful to have a family in the future, and I, for one, would be thrilled to see Chrishell have kids. I don't know about you guys, but I think she'd be an amazing mother, in my opinion. She added, quote, "It's been almost a year, so I'm excited to get back out there. I'm a hopeless romantic, so I think it can still happen. It's 2020. Maybe you can meet your person through an Instagram DM. I don't know. Crazier things have happened." She ended the interview saying, quote, "I'm very happy. I'm in such a great place, and I'm so grateful for everything." So there you have it. As with most things, time really does seem to heal, and it appears that both Justin and Chrishell are ready to move on and find happiness, even if that happiness is apart from each other. So I, of course, wish them both the best, and I'm, of course, rooting for Chrishell every single week on Dancing with the Stars. I don't know about you, but last week's Cinderella performance, absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. That is everything I have to share with you guys for now. As always, we want to know your thoughts, so please do let us know down in the comments what you think. Are you excited for the two respectively? Are you rooting for Justin and Sofia as a couple? Let us know. And before you go, please remember to subscribe to our channel and ring that bell so you do not miss any future videos from us. If you want to see more of me, maybe you don't, that's totally fine. But if you do, you can follow me on social media, on Instagram and Twitter at TylerJoe33 and on TikTok at TylerJosephEllis. I hope you all have a fantastic October. Stay safe, and until next time, see ya.